Hi, it's Teresa from Dodge Nature Center, and it's time for another Nature to Go. If you think back to when you were a kid, what's the first flower you probably could name? I'm willing to bet it's this one, dandelions. Nowadays, people look at dandelions and think about how can I get rid of them from my yard. But if we look back at dandelions, we realize they've been with us for thousands of years, and they've been super important to humans over those thousands of years. How? Well, let's learn about that.
Scientists believe that dandelions originated somewhere in the Mediterranean area, so they were known to many of the ancient cultures. They were known to the Persians, the Egyptians, the Chinese, the Greeks, the Romans, and they all made use of dandelions because they found they were very important medicinally. So as these cultures changed and spread, dandelions came along. Eventually, you could find them all over Europe and Asia, and in the age of exploration, the dandelions were brought along as well. They probably were with the colonists on the Mayflower. People wanted to have things that they recognized, and so they brought dandelion seeds with them. So what were they using the dandelions for as far as medicines? You name it, they pretty much were able to use dandelions to treat those different kinds of problems. They used it to take care of arthritis, toothaches, heartburn, warts, boils, eye problems, diabetes, liver problems. They used it for both constipation and diarrhea. They used it to take care of dandruff. It was basically a plant that was super useful and it was readily available. Now, over time, they came to realize that besides medicine, the dandelions were just plain good to eat. And so people used dandelions for food in different ways. You can dry the roots and grind them up and make a coffee substitute. The leaves, especially young leaves in the spring, can be used in salads. And the flowers, well, the flowers have been used for all kinds of things. For tea, for jelly, made into wine, dandelion fritters. Do a quick online search and you can find recipes for all of these wonderful dandelions foods, even stuff like dandelion ice cream. Along with all the practical uses of dandelions, there's a lot of folklore that developed with it too, and you probably know some of these. For instance, if you grab a seed head and blow on it, make a wish, your wish might come true. Do you know the one where hold the dandelion flower under your chin, and if you see yellow, that means that you like butter? A much older version of this one says you're actually going to be wealthy if you're seeing yellow under your chin. I think my niece would prefer that over that she likes butter. And then have you heard the one for children? Child goes out, looks for the tallest dandelion they can find. Measure it, and however many inches tall that is, that's how many inches they're going to grow this year.
Well, if that's the case, I'm willing to bet you hope your child doesn't find dandelions this size.
We aren't the only ones who use dandelions. Insects depend on the pollen and nectar, especially early in the spring when there aren't a lot of other blooming plants. Bumblebees, honeybees, ants, you can see them in these pictures. They're all using dandelions. You might want to call them weeds, but remember this quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. A weed is just a plant whose virtues have not yet been discovered. Hopefully, listening to this program today, you learned a lot about dandelions and how they're maybe not the weeds we thought they were. Thanks for joining me in this episode of Nature to Go, and we'll talk to you again next time.